It all began on a bright morning inside the mansion, when Ada, the spoiled only daughter of the wealthy Okafor family, shouted at their young male maid, Chike. Chike, I told you to wash these clothes yesterday. Why are they still here? And now I'm adding more. Better start washing immediately. Chike simply bowed his head and picked up the clothes quietly. At first, Ada saw him as nothing more than a worker in her father's house. But that changed the day she found him struggling with her heavy boxes. She offered to help, and he shyly refused, accidentally dropping one on his foot. Ada burst into laughter, and Chike, embarrassed, said, Madam, no vex, even the box wants to run away from work today. She laughed so hard she almost fell, and for the first time, she saw how funny and warm he really was. That small moment became the beginning of something neither of them expected. As days passed, their friendship grew stronger. Ada began sneaking into the kitchen to help Chike slice vegetables and pack food. Sometimes she joined him in the laundry area, laughing as she tried, unsuccessfully, to wash clothes without splashing water everywhere. Chike teased her gently, and she teased him back. Soon, they weren't just friends, they were getting attached. Ada's parents noticed how close they had become and didn't mind at first. They believed it was simply a harmless bond. But everything changed the day they accidentally walked in and found Ada resting her head on Chike's shoulder while he helped her with her school homework. The look on their faces said everything. From that moment, the family began doing everything in their power to separate them. They forbade Ada from visiting the maid quarters. They gave Chike extra work so he would have no time to see her. They even warned the boy to keep his distance. But love is stubborn. Whenever Chike served their meals, Ada and Chike communicated through secret hand signs. Little smiles, tiny waves, and messages written quickly on folded pieces of paper. They slipped handwritten letters into books, under plates, and behind door frames. Every day felt like a mission. Unfortunately, one evening while Chike was serving dinner, Ada's mother caught them exchanging a letter. Her father exploded with rage and immediately ordered Chike to leave the house. He tried to beg, but they wouldn't listen. Within hours, he was sent back to the village with nothing but his small bag and his broken heart. Weeks passed. Ada stopped laughing. She stopped eating. She grew pale and weak. Every hospital they took her to said the same thing. Her body was shutting down from an incurable disease. Nothing worked. Through a friend in the city, word reached Chike that Ada was sick. Without wasting a second, he gathered the little contribution money he had saved and traveled straight to the mansion. When he arrived, Ada's parents tried to block him, but he pushed past them and ran to her room. The moment Ada saw him standing in the doorway, she smiled for the first time in months. Tears rolled down her cheeks as he held her hand. He stayed with her the whole day, feeding her, cleaning her face, and talking to her softly. That same night, he traveled back to the village and went straight to his grandmother. His grandmother listened carefully, then went deep into the forest, farther than she had gone in years, searching for ancient medicinal herbs known only to a few elders. She returned with a special mixture and handed it to him, instructing him on how to use it. Chike rushed back to the city and gave Amara the herbal medicine. Days later, her strength began to return. The pale color on her face changed. Her breathing improved. The incurable disease began to fade. Her parents watched in disbelief as the boy they pushed away became the one who saved their daughter's life. During her healing, their love grew even deeper, quiet, soft, and unshakable. Ada's parents watched helplessly as the boy they chased away became the only reason their daughter survived. In the end, they surrendered. Their anger faded. They realized that fate had already chosen for them. Years later, with Ada by his side, Chike went back to school, earned his master's degree, got a job at an oil and gas company, and eventually built a business empire that made him a billionaire and one of the most respected young tycoons in the country. But through all the wealth, he never forgot the mansion where it all began, and the girl who once shouted at him over dirty clothes, but ended up loving him with all her heart. Together, they lived happily ever after. Proof that love can rise from anywhere, survive anything, and heal even the deepest wounds.